So we have two different style ducts that we're building. We have a round duct that we're building, and we have a rectangular duct that we're building. The reason for the size of the duct is per the customer's request.
In terms of building the duct, it's no different than any other duct we build, except it's on a much larger scale. So we start off with flat material and we build to specifications. So with this being as heavy as it is, there was no mechanical connection at the seams. It was all welded, both rectangular and round.
We had built some of this duct previously, so we came up with a similar design to be for this project. The unique part is the way we construct a roof design into it, because this duct is going to be on the roof of the building and it has to shed water. They do not want to have any water standing on the top of it. So we actually pitched the rectangular duct with a A-frame style roof. In terms of the detailing process, we have to understand how we're going to build the duct first so that we know the correct length that our detailers can draw and establish the size of the duct, how we have to build it and put it together.
Once it leaves from the detailing department, it comes to the sheet metal shop. We start like any other piece of duct. We start with a flat piece of metal and then we run it through the forming machines. If it's round, we run it through a roller. If it's rectangular and it requires us to put a brake in it, whether it be a 45-degree brake or a 90-degree brake, we typically take it to the press brake or the hand brake, depending on what type of metal it is. Or actually, not type of metal so much, but the thickness of the metal. Once we have all the metal formed up, we begin assembly. If it's a thicker gauge material, we'll typically weld it together, regardless if it's stainless or galvanized, or even black iron. If it's thinner, we'll use a mechanical connection. When we have the piece finally fabricated, we'll get it ready for shipping so that it can get to the job site. When we get to the job site, the piece is then ready to be installed.
There was a lot of challenges that we had with this duct where we had to make special tables to handle some of it, to get it to the right height for our press brake, so that it makes it easier on the guys and safer for the guys to handle. Same way with the round duct that we had to build. We had to build special saddles to help support that duct in the process as they were putting it together.
Another difference in the fabrication of this size duct is the weight itself because of the material thickness. So not only is it physically challenging, but it's also a safety issue. You have to be extra careful.
With everything being as large as it is, and like we said, as heavy as it is, everything that we can do to keep the guys safe and make their job easier in the shop to complete the process is everything that we're trying to set forth in a goal.
One of the things that I would say I'm most proud of is the flow we've been able to create, where we don't have any downtime in the creation or in the fabrication of the duct in itself. Of course, there was a few hiccups right at the beginning, but now that we've got it figured out, it's a smooth process.